All right, welcome everybody. Everybody get settled in. My name is Jeff Kaplan. I'm going to be your moderator for today's session about the changing world of SaaS and cloud computing, how we're learning to basically balance the on-demand and on-premises worlds. Hit that back door close, thank you very much. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm the managing director of THINKstrategies. THINKstrategies is a consulting firm that I founded back in 2001 to focus on this transformation in the technology industry from being product-centric to services-driven. And I spend a lot of time at these events doing this kind of thing, and I always enjoy it. And when I had an opportunity to volunteer for a session topic, I thought this would be an interesting one, because it does represent a change in the way in which our market works. And what I wanted to do was get some professionals who could talk about this topic. And I'm going to let each of them introduce themselves, and then we're going to get into the meat of the matter. So Kim, why don't you get us started?
Sure. My name's Kobza, and I am CEO of a company called Neighborhood America. And I'd like to describe our company in terms of our mission. And basically what we do is we enable business and government organizations to leverage social production to achieve business results. And what that means is very simple in this sense. What's going on in the world today, huge transformation, is we're learning how to leverage the power of partners, employees, stakeholders, citizens, if you're in government, to take their ideas, their inputs, and create really big financial outcomes. Things you would know us for are American Express Open. If you've seen that community, that's a product of our work. In brands, Kodak, where customers teach customers how to build gifts, new gifts. In the public environment, we were very privileged to build the global community for the World Trade Center, Mansion, New York, the global community for the Statue of Liberty, the global community for Flight 93, where we had networks all over the world trying to fashion a result or a monument design for those things. So we've done some really big things in the world, and we deliver in a SaaS model. We've been around since '99, so we've seen all the iterations of the SaaS environment and enterprise social networks, basically. But, it's a great company. Say again? Oh my God. Sometimes in life you meet people where the name doesn't match the perception, right? No, we're a private company. We're very much for profit. We do have a social dimension of what we do in the sense that we think that the things we do are really important and big things in the world. And we kind of gravitate to those, but in terms of financial metrics and operations and so on, we're very much in tune with measurement and accountability and all of the things you would expect.
And I said that I already have a lot of respect for all these guys because I've known them from the industry. Kim and I have just met, but when I heard about his business, I had immediate respect for him because anybody who can make a living doing good is a good thing. All right, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm Jeff Sailing. I run global sales for Callidus software. Our company provides incentive compensation software, sales performance management software for typically large and middle-sized sales forces. So if you all took out your cell phones, somebody sold that to you, we probably paid the commission of the person who sold that to you. If you buy insurance from one of the name brand insurance companies in the US or anywhere in Europe, we probably are compensating the sales force that sold you that insurance. Many different companies use our products to do that. We're a public company. We've been in business since 1997 and originally sold perpetual licenses, and as of last quarter announced that we were no longer going to sell perpetual licenses. We do business both on-premise and on-demand in a SaaS model, but going forward, all of our business will be on a recurring basis. I started up our on-demand business inside of Callidus, and it's become the mainstay of the business as we've moved it forward. And we're quite happy with it, and we love what we do, and we love that the sales folks get have lots of good motivation, both in terms of getting their pay right and in terms of all the reports and metrics and everything else that they get to see about why they got paid, what they got paid.
Good. Thank you.
All right. I'm Pankaj, Malviya, founder and CEO of Longjump. As a company, we provide an application platform to help ISVs create applications, both for on-demand as well as on-premise offering. So the very subject is of a lot of interest to us, because as ISVs look at building applications for the cloud, they cannot forget that traditionally they have offered application on-premise. And if they are developing an application for the cloud, whether they would be working with two code bases or they would be able to converge and create a single code base to offer an interesting offering for both kind of companies who are whether going for on-demand or on-premise solution. And we as a company has focused on solving this problem, and I'm really looking forward to discussion. Thank you.
Yes, so am I. All right, so here are the ground rules. I'm going to open up with a few questions. As Jeff certainly knows, and Pankaj as well as one of my panels, I have no idea where it's going to go after that, but whatever you want to do to contribute to the process, just raise your hands. We'll get your questions and comments in as well. The supposition behind this session, by the way, is a couple of years ago, we were all talking about the fact that it was an either-or game. If you're going to be in SaaS, you had to be all the way in, or you had to get the heck out of the way. These companies and others are demonstrating that there are new ways of, in fact, balancing an on-premise and cloud-based set of solutions within a portfolio and within an operation. And I think there's some interesting best practices that are beginning to evolve around this, some interesting market and customer dynamics that are evolving around this, and there's still some pitfalls that are involved in all of this. And that's what we want to get into during the course of the next 40 minutes or so. So again, if you'd like to ask specific questions about this, because many of us are grappling with this, in fact, even pure or native SaaS companies are trying to figure out now how to put their applications behind the firewall so they can accommodate concerns about security and data, location, and all the rest. It's all up for discussion in this next 40 minutes or so, okay? So let's start with this. A simple but a little bit more of a description about how you currently deploy your software solutions so that you can, in fact, accommodate customers who are looking for on-demand and or on-premise. So talk about how you do that. We'll start with you.
Sure. So as I talked about this, when we launched Longjump as a platform for helping ISVs to create applications, we saw ISVs who started coming on board have traditionally offered on-premise software. They in fact had earlier generation of the software for which they had a large install base. And early on our message to them was, well, you are looking at going on demand. And here is a platform that will help you create a multi-tenant solution, multi-tenant, multi-language. You will be able to offer the solution through the cloud. And for the first 1.5 years, we entirely talked about that, and we started seeing ISVs coming on board. But as larger ISVs started coming to us, we also realized that it will be tough for them to maintain a separate code base and separate business models around on-demand and on-premise. And our objective was to help these ISVs basically consolidate their effort as they are moving on their business in the cloud.